Southwark is a very large diocese that stretches from the beating heart of London right down into leafy Surrey. Supporting that variety and diversity is a key part of our journey. So as the time draws near to make Parish Support Fund pledges for 2019, we want to begin by thanking you all for your generosity in previous years. The 2018 pledges show a rise on those for 2017, and we achieved 99.3% of the money pledged for 2017. This is real testimony to the generosity of both our parishes and the individuals within them. At Epiphanyt, our bishops called for a time of thanksgiving for the generous response to the Parish Support Fund and launched the Southwark Vision in the parishes. Our vision is of a diocese with hearts on fire with a vision for growth. We hope that you have used the Southwark Vision material sent to your parishes and that you will want to be a church that is walking with Jesus and getting to know Jesus better as we journey on. Welcoming all, embracing our diversity and seeking new ways of being church. Growing in numbers, generosity, faith and discipleship as we grow God's kingdom. One parish that is being increasingly generous in their pledge is All Saints Plumstead. They really appreciate the help that the other churches in the diocesan family give to help to support them in their mission and ministry. They know that God has been generous to them, and so they have been generous in their pledge for 2018.
This is All Saints Shooters Hill, a very small parish in this deprived area. I've been here for 2 years, and when the question of giving to the diocese comes about, always people always say, we can't afford. We say, look, God has given us His Son, Jesus Christ, and definitely we can. The only thing we can do is to give God what we have. And the idea of Parish Support Fund came, and I think it was the beginning of seeing the change in our lives. Now, the other thing that we also found was that although the congregation was giving money, that was not enough. And we asked, okay, what do we have in our area? We have set ourselves to do 3 things. One is to make sure that we are open, to make people know that there's a church here. And the second thing that we would love to have opportunity of doing is our youth mission. We don't have anybody at the moment. Thirdly, is working with our local people, local charities. Our idea is not to create anything new, but to use what is already there. Seeing after 1 year we have already met our pledge and everybody was happy, saying, oh yes, okay, we can do it. And that has given us the motivations to look, let's be generous with the little we have in general.
The money pledged by parishes helps to resource the work surrounding the Southwark Vision. The parish of St Luke Woodside helps us to see how we can walk with Jesus and get to know him better as we journey on. It is exciting to see one of our younger clergy working with the community and changing the way in which people see the church.
It's a really mixed area. It was built in the 19th century, so it's mainly terraced houses, and there's a real kind of melting pot, a mix of different cultures, different social groups, different ethnic groups, and different ages that all gather and live in this area, but also gather in a part of this church family as well. One of the things about St Luke's is it's a great huge church, and there's space enough for everyone, kind of an oasis of peace and beauty in the middle of the city. So one of the things that we've mainly done in the last couple of years is just open up the doors. So we now have services most days of the week, as well as our Sunday services, and when we have them, we open up the main doors and have a little sandwich board outside saying, please come in, enjoy the quiet, light a candle, say a prayer, and it's remarkable, like particularly in the summer when it's a bit warmer, how many people just enjoy the space as being an oasis of peace.
I must say here it's very nice, and that in itself makes you feel as though, you're somebody special.
we've been growing and developing. We're developing spirituality with our with the young members of our congregation, and it has grown tremendously actually in the last year or two.
I led Young Church today, and as Genevieve says, it's been growing gradually throughout the past year, and we have quite a varied age group.
The church community, it's a very welcoming family and a very welcoming community. From the moment you walk in, you feel like you're part of the congregation.
There's a group of about 5 of us who go into one of our local primary schools and do assemblies, just quite simple Bible storytelling assemblies, done in an inclusive way, called Open the Book. It's run by the Bible Society. Without the Parish Support Fund, it would be very hard for the work and the life and the growth that we've been experiencing at St Luke's to be sustained, really. I mean, one of the things that has been really wonderful to see as we've opened up the doors and started to do new things and get more involved in the schools is how the generosity of the congregation has increased massively. So giving went up in between 2016 and 2017, it went up 38%, which is pretty amazing. So as people have started to see more things happen in the church, they've been generous both with their time, getting involved with things, but also with their money as well. And that's been really exciting to see.
The people of the Ascension Balham Hill are wanting to reach out into their community and received a mission grant to help them to do this. They have set up SoulFit, a group spin class with prayer and gratitude.
SoulFit is a workout of mind, body and soul, and we believe that when we come together like this, Jesus is with us to do our workout. He's not just here on a Sunday morning when we're doing services and all that kind of thing. He's with us whether we're working, whether we're...
They are welcoming people from throughout their community. They have activities for dads and kids, the elderly and the local housebound, and are seeking to work with 20 to 30-year-olds. It's all very exciting.
People around here love their fitness. There's not a lot of health centres or fitness clubs in this exact area. And so as a way of kind of reaching out, we decided to do a spin class, but a spiritual spin class, so kind of workout of body, mind and soul. It's been fantastic. People are totally surprised that a church is running a spin class. It's also a little bit different because it has kind of a spiritual element to it. But we also thought, why should yoga or these other kind of spiritual exercise practices exist without a Christian version? And we love it. It's really good fun. We're hoping that this becomes a community hub, a place where people can come through the doors and actually be quite surprised that, wow, this is a church. They've got a spin class. They've got all sorts of things going on. And so hopefully it will help sort of overcome stereotypes and preconceptions and draw people closer to the love of God.
It's a great opportunity to exercise with fellow members of the church, and just in a place where, yeah, this is where we worship, so why not exercise here as well? Sometimes I go do exercise and I've got headphones and I'm listening to music, or I'm watching Frasier or something like that on the telly, and here there's some moments where you can't think of anything, but it's a little opportunity just to converse with God, or say a prayer. It might not be the whole time, but it might just be a minute, but sometimes that's a minute I don't take the rest of the day.
Yeah, we want generosity to be right at the heart of what we do at Ascension. Part of that is because at the heart of God, we believe we have a generous God. Really practically, that also means that we do want to bless other churches in the area who maybe don't have the resources we have. And I suppose as part of spreading the love of God in Balham and beyond, the beyond bit is beyond us. And so we want to be part of helping other churches as well. And that's part of being generous.
There are lots of stories to tell about the impact of money collected through the Parish Support Fund. Look for more on our website. As you consider the work that we are all doing here together in Southwark Diocese, please think about your own giving and how you might be able to increase that. But also consider carefully and prayerfully how much your parish can give to support the mission and vision of the diocese in the coming years.